Are you a registered voter? Do you know the requirements to become a registered voter in North Carolina? How can we expect any social, political, and other change in the United States without voting? Hello, my name is Kimberly Green, and let me introduce you to my audience before we get started. This right here is my husband, Brad. This is my father-in-law, Randy, and this is my mother-in-law, Cindy. I have been a registered voter in North Carolina since 2004. I am a peer and voter, and I have done research on this topic. My information comes from the following sources: North Carolina State Board of Elections article titling Registered and Vote in North Carolina and Voter Search, and North Carolina Voter Guide and Britannica.com. A common misconception about voting is saying that one vote doesn't matter, and I am here to tell you that it does. In the presidential election of 1876, the race was between a Republican, Rutherford B. Hayes, and Democrat Samuel Tilden. When the popular vote was counted, Samuel Tilden was ahead by 250,000 votes. When the Electoral College votes were counted, Rutherford B. Hayes had 185 votes and Samuel Tilden had 184. Therefore, Rutherford B. Hayes became our 19th president. What relevance does 1876 have to 2019? This. In this next election, the following Democrats want to abolish the Electoral College: Senator Cory Booker, former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke, Senator Elizabeth Warren, former HUD Secretary Julian Castro, South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg. If this happens, it will solely be up to us as American senators to choose and vote in our president. Today, I will teach you what the requirements are to be a registered voter in North Carolina, how to obtain a registration form, what you need to know to fill it out, what to do if you receive your card in the mail and it's wrong, what to do if you lose your card, and any other further voting information. Let's start with the requirements you must meet to become a registered voter. There are 5 of them. Number 1 is you must be a U.S. citizen. Number 2, you must live in the county where you register and have lived there for at least 30 days. Number 3, you must be 18 years old. Number 4, you cannot be on probation or parole. And number 5, you cannot be convicted of a felony. Now that you know the requirements you have to possess to vote, let's move on to how to obtain a voter registration form. A voter registration form can be continued both online and in multiple places here locally in Buncombe County. This top is the website and where to get it from the North Carolina Board of Elections. And in person, you can get them at public libraries, college admission offices, the DMV, the WIC office, the Department of Social Services, vocational rehabilitation offices, the Department of Blind, Deaf, and Mental Health Services, and the Employment Security Commission. Now you know where to obtain a voter registration form. Let's go over what you need to know to fill it out. Number 1, indicate whether you are qualified to vote or pre-registered to vote based on citizenship and age. So basically, you have to be a citizen and 18. Number 2, you must provide your full legal name. Number 3, you must provide your birthday and identification information. Number 3 can be tricky because you need to know your driver's license number and social security number. Number 4 is provide your residential address, which is the physical address of where you live. Number 5, provide a mailing address if you do not receive mail at your residential address. Number 6, provide your demographic information, and number 6 is additionally optional. Number 7 is the most important, which is provide your choice for political party affiliation, and there are 6 options, which are the following: Constitution, Green, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, and there's also an affiliated option. Number 8 is to only be completed if you are updating your address. Number 9 is your contact information, and number 10 is the most important thing with anything that you fill out is your signature. You may mail the form to the Board of Elections or simply take it down there. And if you are planning on voting in the primaries on March 3rd, 2020, the deadline to register to vote in North Carolina is February 7th of 2020. Now that you should be all registered, but what about if you lose your card, need to know your polling place, or anything else about voting? The North Carolina Board of Elections has a tool called Voter Lookup. The website is, it will ask you your first name, middle initial, last name, year of birth, county, and voter status. Once you have filled it out and hit search, your name will pop up, and as soon as you hit your name, your voter registration card and any other voting information should be shown. In conclusion, I hope you all register vote and remember the deadline to register before the primaries is February 7th, 2020, which is only 123 days away. Let's remember the requirements you must meet to become a registered voter, where to obtain a voter registration form, what you need to know and how to fill it out, and lastly, what to do if you lose your card, need to know a polling place, or want a sample ballot. I want to leave you with this quote from Abraham Lincoln: "Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their backs on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will have to sit on their blisters." Now, do you have any questions?
How do I change my address for my voter ad?
On the voter registration card, number 8 is all you need to fill out and sign and return the form.
When are the primaries in North Carolina?
They are March 3rd.
Where is the Board of Election office?
It's 77 McDowell Street in Asheville.